Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to... I almost said The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, because that's what I was doing most recently. This is Pokemon Ultra Moon. Let's see, I actually went and reviewed footage of what I was doing last time, so I kind of know where I have to go, and also Rotom just told me on the bottom screen when I started just now. And that is going to be coming over and running the old guy over, apparently. You have an Island Challenge Amulet plus Normalium Z and Fightinium Z. So it would seem that you've cleared that trial of Alimas, have you? And even battled Hala? Congratulations. Oh, well, hello there. Good to meet you. I'm Oak, Samson Oak. Were you in Sun and Moon, the originals? Or are you a new addition to Ultra? I can't remember. Like, I know who you are. I've seen the artwork of you, and I've seen the memes about you and that kind of thing. But I can't remember if you're a new addition to this game or if you were in the originals too. I'm a Pokemon researcher and I'm looking into the totem Pokemon found around here. Yes, totem Pokemon. Why are they so large? What gives them that burning aura? Don't you find yourself wondering as well? Honestly, after how many years of playing Pokemon games, I've just learned to sort of live with it. Is that so? You may say that now, but I think that hearing what I have to propose will change your mind. I want you to collect certain stickers for me to receive a totem-like Pokemon for yourself. That's right, I mean the totem stickers. You can find totem stickers here and there, peel them off wherever you can find them, and try to collect them all. As if Pokemon, as a concept, didn't have enough collectathons involved, we are going to be looking for totem stickers, apparently. I need 20 of them, apparently. I think the deal with these is that they can be found throughout the game, and I'm pretty sure I picked up like 5 or 6 already. I don't know if there's going to be like 20, 40, 60 that you have to collect, and you'll get different rewards for this. I'm not going to go out of my way to do this. I could look up the locations of all of them. I feel like that would be a little boring and probably, I don't know, maybe I will if I really get into the thing later on, but for the time being, I'm going to assume that I'm not really going to be interested in collecting all the totem stickers. So we're going to go down to the beach, and for some reason, okay, you are BP, beach points, or was it battle points? All right. So, this is gonna be, I don't remember if I talked to you, when I came through here the first time, but I saw these tents with the desks, and I was like, that looks like a battle point redemption counter or something like that. Anyway, having to think about it, how is your rival in this game? I need, like, a mnemonic to help me remember which one is Hop and which one is How, because whatever I'm doing now isn't working. So, we are friends, allegedly. We're doing our island challenge together. And next up, we want to go to Akala Island. I take it you beat old Hala. Our Mantine would be thrilled to have a couple of trainers like you riding them. And he's just going to run off and not think about what he's doing. Alright, cool. Just go up to a Mantine and introduce yourself. I guess he is kind of a, impulsive like that. Almost in the same way that Barry was, although I feel like Barry was a lot more annoying. Or maybe immature, I should say. Like, How... Yeah, How... Alright, got it right that time. He's definitely, little on the ADHD side. But he's not, like, annoying about it. He's just in a hurry. He's not obviously written to be like a 9-year-old. I forget how old the characters in this game are canonically supposed to be. I don't think they're quite as old as the black and white protagonist, but I am pretty sure they're older than like 10. Alright, Mantine Surf is a sport in which you can execute moves to try and get a high score as you make your way to the island you are trying to reach. Now let's start off with 4 lessons to learn the basics of Mantine Surf. Great. Picking up speed, Mantine will move forward on its own, ride the face of the wave, when you reach the lip. Alright, yeah, this is, I feel like we don't need instructions on how to steer. So let's see how this is. Alright. We can go up to the lip of the wave, and we're just gonna sort of hit an invisible wall at the top. Not sure if this is how surfing works in real life, at least admittedly I've never been. But I think some things called gravity and fluid dynamics that would mean that you can't really do what I'm doing here. I now have to wonder if there were, what, 10 or maybe 12 million people who bought Sun and Moon, combined probably about double that. But how many people who play this picked up surfing because of this game? There's got to be at least a few, right? A few people out there who saw this and decided to try surfing. Anyway, that was lesson 1. Wait, we repeated lesson 1. Did I fail lesson 1? Game, I don't know why you wouldn't give me feedback on that. That seems like a sort of fairly obvious thing to, like, say, make a chiming sound or a buzzer sound or something, depending on how you perform. Alright, really though, can we move on to lesson 2? This isn't that interesting. Oh, I've got yellow sparks now, do I? I don't know. I just kind of wiggled back and forth on the wave there. Yeah, when Mantine starts moving really fast, that happens. Getting airborne. Alright, so this is gonna be that I can do a Mario Kart stunt off the top of the wave, isn't it? Yeah, I played Mario Kart, I know how that works. Alright. And I guess it also applies in, like, pretty much every racing game ever. So, can I get the... Alright, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go fast, but I guess that was enough to appease it. Yeah, the height of the wave affects how well you do. So, this is gonna be... aerial moves, yeah. Wait, twist the circle pad? Like... Oh, move the circle pad in any direction. Alright, don't twist the circle pad itself. A bold move that will earn you a high score. Alright, so we gotta flick the thing to do the stunt now. Is moving fast something I'm gonna want to do? Because... like, admittedly, can I do this to go faster? Alright. Well, I assume that was pretty high because that looked impressive, but I don't know what to compare it against if I didn't wait for the yellow sparks. Just kind of jumped to conclusions there. A sparkling ring appears around Mantine at the end of a trick. If you start another spin before it disappears, you earn an even higher score. All right, that's interesting. Landing. When Mantine is in the air, when in the air, Mantine will slowly lose elevation. Yes, that's how gravity works. And fall back down towards the water surface. If Mantine is still spinning when it hits the water, it will be swallowed by a wave and sink below the surface. Make sure to time your spins right so that they end before you hit the water. Okay. So... I guess I'll just... Oh yeah, that's nothing. Alright, and that's going below the wave. Huntail Spiral and Gorbis Spiral are apparently what the moves are called. Fascinating. So, am I gonna have to work up to yellow again? How can I really build up speed? I still don't really know how I build up speed. Do I have to, like, do that and then sort of wave? And the game thinks I failed that, apparently. I do feel like... I don't really feel like I'm in control over how long this lasts. So that was a pretty... Alright, that one was a pretty big one. Definitely feel like I should have gotten... Alright, so I think I got 2 of them in a row there. If Mantine lands successfully, you'll get a landing bonus added to the points you had for any aerials you pulled off. That way your score will keep going up. Okay. You're a fully fledged Mantine surfer now. Okay, I feel like this could be interesting, but I also feel like that was a really bad tutorial. Like... it just randomly, like, expired when I didn't do well and it started over without, like, telling me what I did wrong or why. I don't know. When you see the island on the horizon, you'll know that you're close to your destination. Try to pull off moves until the very end of your trip and then aim for a high score. Do you have to do this every time you go to a new island? You can't possibly have to do this every time you go to a new island, right? Like, fly exists, right? Alright, I'm sure that this is just a side minigame that I don't have to do, right? Anyway. I guess we're getting cut loose for real now. So I'll humor the game, and I'll do this, like, once. And then, if I have to do it again and I don't feel like it... Alright, now I got our speed marks. If I have to do it again and I don't feel like it, I will, probably just... Alright, so that was a wipeout. I'll probably just cut away whenever I don't feel like dealing with it. Are those fish? Those, like... Not basculin, but... Oh, that was dumb. Oh, they're, tentacool. If I hit those, do I die? Probably, right? Alright, so that's a really big wave. The tutorial didn't say anything about that. Actually, I think it said something, but it didn't, like, show me what a really big wave actually looked like. Alright, so now we got our yellow. Alright, finish spinning before we land. Alright, and we've still got our yellow sparks. So I think I can do that again. And I'm just gonna mash the... Alright. One too many. I'm just gonna mash sideways without really thinking about what move I'm trying to do. And I seem to have lost all of my momentum on that one. I see the island in the distance, so it's coming up. If I can get another good one off. Oh, did I hit something? Was that a whalmer? Couldn't really see what I hit there. I think it was a whalmer. Let's try and avoid. Yeah. So if this is a really big one. All right. If I was really going fast, I probably would have been able to get a lot of points. Like maybe here. See how many we can do before we land. All right. That last one was not intentional. My finger just, like, I was halfway between making up my mind on whether I wanted to go for it or not. And I went for it, and it didn't work out. Anyway. See, we seem to have hit a finish line of sorts. Are we done? Alright, we seem to be done. So that's... different. Oh, it's, we've got a ledger here, have we? That is 28, 29, 30, 3,000, 4,000, 6,000. Wow, alright. I didn't really think I did that many jumps, but that was a pretty long list there. Alright, interesting. I'm guessing, because we did talk to those two attendants and they said something about beach points. I'm guessing that... if I do well enough, like, I can redeem points for this, and I can, I don't know, get TMs or something. Anyway, we've arrived on Akala Island. And, once we've done this, game is gonna take over. Heya Beach. This is where Oak said he was gonna be, wasn't it? Alright, land ho! Or land ashore, whatever you say. Alright, we made it to Akala Island. Mantine is the best. So, do you think the professor and Lily are already here too? Let's split up and see if we can find them in town anywhere, Drago. We are like 10 minutes into this video and I still haven't actually done any Pokemon things. So you're gonna tell me about surfing. My score was that. That's a new high score for you on that course. Everyone's psyched for you. Are they now? Is this a spectator sport? You're gonna give me 2 beach points. Alright. So, again, I might come back and do more of this later. Alright, we've got a new Pokedex, or a new subsection of the Pokedex anyway. Let's see. If I start running around, we can go and talk to some people. I'll find plenty of nature. I feel like that's true on most of Alola. Let's see. So, you are the guy... No, I don't really want to do that again. Not right now, anyway. Are you the BP people? Alright. No, I might consider it later. But, certainly not now. Over here, you're another surfer. Alright. You're talking about food. Again, I'm not going to read everyone's dialogue, because I will not have a voice by the end of this video if I do that, but... sometimes, people, will give you stuff, or will... Oh, that's Oak. Fine, I'll read your dialogue. I've been hoping to see you again. So you've collected 13 totem stickers, hunting them down... Alright, that's more than I thought. I thought I only had, like, 5 or 6. So, I guess, that the other NPCs, the other like leaders, are the ones who've been sticking them in places. So they're not just like an artifact that just showed up. You almost drowned once. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else on here? All right. Minor complaint, and this is a really weird thing to complain about, but like, I have a general preference in games that like you shouldn't ever have a screen where you just like cannot see anything in any direction. That's just sort of like my Mendoza line for how minimally cluttered a level should be. The only time I really like, the only other time I can really remember complaining about that, I think, is in usually desert levels in games, especially the Relic Castle in Gen 5. But yeah, we'll try to avoid that for you aspiring level designers. Can I go through them? All right, you're just that's a roadblock, I guess. I'm gonna have to come this way. I don't really remember my way around Heya City. Oh, so they took the normal way to get here, did they? Normal way. I don't know if I'm just listening to myself more, but I feel like my New Jersey accent comes out more like now than it did when I was younger. Anyway, Drago and How, there you are. How was your trip across the Mantine? Fine, I guess. I'm not honestly that into it. I'm not so disinterested in it that I will never do it again, definitively, but I'm not, it's not my favorite minigame. Anyway, Mantine's even faster than that little boat of yours, Professor. Yeah, but fortunately they get to just time skip and they don't have to go through the whole, you know, real-time event. The Professor sailboat is, well, it's seen better days. Get it in the bag, Nebby. Still haven't managed to find a shirt that goes with your lab coat. I told you you're gonna scare off strangers looking like that. Nebby. Alright, don't sweat it, Lily. So these two are, not the leaders, but I guess the trial leaders, the totem leaders of sorts. Olivia. Can't remember which one you are, and I know the green one, I think she's Mallow, and that's going to be the grass one, because there was a little food-adjacent minigame that you had us do in Sun and Moons 1, and I don't know if it's going to be the same or different in this game, but we'll find out soon enough. Mallow is indeed your name. I was on my way to see who was pulling into port and ran into Mallow while she was out on a delivery. I think this island is fire, water, grass. I can't remember if there's anything else like rock or ground or anything like that later. And I remember what the fire leader looks like. And he's tall. I guess he's got similar skin to you. And he's got like, I think he's got red hair because he's a fire guy. So I'm guessing that you're water. Anyway, my trial will be a chance for all the fine ingredients that make up your team to shine. Alright, so we are doing food. Especially you two. Your Pokemon look ready to cook with gas. Mallow isn't the only captain here on Akala Island, of course, so what's your plan now? Alright. So... really doing a lot of talking. Alright, so, yeah, we get it. Can I just fight something already? We're 15 minutes into the video now. So you guys are going to go and head off to your posts, I guess. And, big dramatic wave. Another big dramatic wave. Just going through a mental list of things that could speed up the beginning of this game a little more, and I think one wave was enough. Anyway. So... Route 4, Panola Town. I think, is that where I... Oh no, I think that's where the daycare is in this game. I think that's where I think that's where, like, I bred the Dratini egg so that I could trade that into my party. Speaking of which, what does my party look like right now? So we've got Strewn, we've got Pico, and we've got 4 things who are just kind of here to fill space. Alright. I guess I will leave the other members of my party here for now. The unofficial members of my party here. Just so that, in case I need a meat shield, which I'll try to avoid having it come to, I'll have someone there. I'm gonna run around town. Oh, this is the seaport. I guess I'll go and talk to people at Festival Plaza. So, that's multiplayer stuff. Buongiorno. Alright, that's Italian. The real reason I'm in here is mainly just in case anybody gives me a cool item. Like, I don't know, leftovers or a quick claw or something like that. Hello? Yes, you. What is it? The GS ball. Yeah, I do know that, actually. That's going back. Alright, you already know of Kurt, the masterful Pokeball Smith, who is the pride of the Johto region. Yes, the GS ball. That was connected to Celebi in the lore, right? But it was an unreleased event item back in Gen 2. Alright, so the gold silver ball is apparently what it stands for. What, are you going to give me a GS ball? No, but you are going to give me a Premier ball. Alright. That would be cool if they brought it back after all these years. I can't remember if it ever did see the light of day after Gen 2. Alright, so, okay, so I can just take the ferry to a different island if I don't want to, you know, surf. Good to know. Plenty of Pokemon in the sea. How many Pokemon do you think there are in the world? I don't even know how many we're up to now. I know we crossed over 1,000 a while ago. Not a while ago, but, Gen 9. After Gen 6, we kind of hit the point where, I don't have enough, like, free space in my brain to keep track of them all. And, like, I recognize them. I recognize that something is indeed a Pokemon and not just something that a random kid on Reddit scribbled when I see one. But, like, I probably couldn't name them all. I definitely couldn't tell you who evolves into what post, like, Gen 7 or so. And, like, competitive strategies, forget it. Like, I know all the Gen 4, 5, and 6 strategies. Or at least a lot of them, but I sort of dropped off competitive around when these games came out. You're the name raider. Alright, so if I ever need that, which I will have to remember to come back here. What is this? Is this the fashion store? So this is going to be the money sink of the game. So once we've reached the point where, like, I have more money than I know what to do with in the game, I'm going to come here. The Tourist Bureau. Oh, it's not fashion, it's, alright. Pokepelago. Until, like, probably, like, a year ago, I pronounced it Pokepelago. And then I realized what it was a wordplay on. Alright, yeah, the Aloha thing is a little bit on the nose, isn't it? So I see there's a flag over here. Lily is standing outside. That looks like clothes. I see a sign above the door that looks like clothes. Alright. What is it, Lily? You looking for the ruins? You looking for new clothes? Or are you looking for ruins inside the clothing store? This little fella will hardly sit still. I think Nebby might be interested in visiting the ruins of life. Apparently, they house the sacred guardian of Akala Island, the creature called Tapu Lele. I wondered if you'd like to come with us when we go visit the ruins. I mean, Nebby here seems to like you quite a bit, Drago. I'll be at Tidesong Hotel if you do want to come. I'm supposed to be meeting someone there, someone very important to me. I'll be alright. I can see the building from here after all. Even I shouldn't be able to lose my way. I think. And you. I'll have you stay in your bag, mister. Get in the bag, Nebby. I just feel like that joke gets funnier and funnier the more I think about it. I don't remember thinking it was that funny way back when. Like, it was alright as running gags go, but we're almost 10 years on, and the whole thing is just so much funnier now than I ever remember it being there. Anyway, people who try to steal Pokemon, a group called Team Skull, we need to be careful if we want to escape the notice of such a collection of villains. Yeah, alright. We'll do that. If they give you trouble, just give me a shout. Show up, knock some heads together. I do want to see, though, what kind of clothes. I can't dye clothes here. What, is that going to be something that becomes available when we get farther into the game? Festival Plaza. Is that something that becomes available in multiplayer? Alright, so Spinda is looking a little lost as per usual. What is it? Is this a side quest? A Pokemon that I want to get inspiration from. Black and Pink. Salazzle. I was not thinking Salazzle. I was thinking that, like, Waybear thing. Like the weird cursed teddy bear that evolves into the Danganronpa thing. Alright, well, we don't have a quest log, so this is going to be dependent on me actually remembering, which I can't promise is going to happen. But if I do remember, if I do catch one and if I do remember, I will do that. All right, so we've got, I'm trying to scroll. I'm trying to use the scroll bar by like hitting it with the stylus and dragging it around, but it's not really working like that. I'm just like scrolling by flicking it on the actual list. I won't spend too much time looking at fashion now, but I will definitely do this later. It's funny, when clothing styles were first introduced in Pokemon, I assumed that they were the sort of thing that I would look at once and never again, like, in my life. But every time I play one of the more recent games that does feature, I usually do spend at least a little time looking through them. But it's funny how those things work. So this is a Pokemon Center. I'm going to come in and speak to the regional beverage guy. Yeah, it is 11 p.m. at night. Apparently, it's the middle of the day, or late afternoon in real time. It's 4:30 p.m. for me. Lemonade, Tapu Cocoa, pineapple juice. I remember loving this joke too. I also remember not really realizing like the extremely obvious pun here until later. But anyway. Alright, I went and bought myself a lemonade. Is this actually going to go into my into my inventory, or is this just going to be a little cutscene? Can't remember. Anyway, that's the Festival Plaza. The cookies are a specialty from Lava Ridge Town in Hoenn. Okay, so if I buy a lemonade, you give me a lava cookie instead? Do you actually give me a lemonade? Poke Beans, alright. That, I think, is related to Pokepelago, which I think is some kind of weird, like, idle game. I don't really remember what the point of Pokepelago is, but I remember that it's more than just an idle game. I remember that it has some gameplay ramifications later on if you do it for long enough. Anyway, I caught my Dratini in a Pokeball, and how about that? A Pokeball, a Dratini is inside it. Alright. So, in this generation, were you able to pass down your Pokeball via breeding? Because that was introduced at one point, because for a long time when you bred a Pokemon, they would just show up in a default Pokeball. But at some point, they also like inherited the Pokeball they were caught in, and I don't remember if that was before or after this game. Alright. TM Protect. Oh, are you a TM vendor? I should probably waste my money on those before I waste my money on clothes. Alright, let me see if I can buy some TMs. That is not TMs. We don't have any super repels. How many do I have 14 in my bag. I'll buy a few more. And then we'll come over here. No, not you. No, not you. We'll buy a few more. And we'll see what TMs I have. Alright, so these are the defensive moves, so Light Screen, Reflect. I have enough for Protect, Light Screen, and Reflect. I don't think Dratini or Litten can learn these. I guess it's worth checking. Obviously, the last 4 things in my party are not official members of my team. Will not be teaching them anything. TMs should be infinite use in this generation. Gens 5, 6, and 7, I think they were infinite use. Gens 8, there was a split between TMs and TRs. TRs were single use, TMs were infinite use. Alright, Dratini actually can learn Light Screen. Protect is universal. Alright. Was not really expecting that, but Thunder Wave, Dragon Rage, Dragon Dance, and Extreme Speed. I will get rid of Dragon Rage later, because it's not very good once things have more than 80 HP. But for the time being, it should be a 2-hit KO on everything that isn't, you know, Fairy type. So I'll keep Dragon Rage around for just a little bit longer. I see a sticker. I see a Stoutland. Okay. I cannot get to the sticker because Stoutland is, like, busy right now. Apparently. And we won't... Alright. Whatever. So over here, this is the hotel. Before you attempt your trial, you'll probably want to get ready in Panola one last time. But where you do get ready for Route 4, so you... Where do you get ready for Route 4 so you can make it all the way? Alright. That's gonna be out to that road down the left. But, I cannot for the life of me remember who you are. And I know that you were on the original Sun and Moon. Like, I don't think you were on the villainous side. Were you like the professor's sidekicks or something? It is really weird how I, like, remember your faces, but I don't remember what role you played in the story. Is this what it's like to get old? Anyway, we didn't mean to surprise you. You must be doing your island challenge. I'm Dexio. I'm Sina, or Sina. I've never heard it pronounced out loud. I like Sina better. A beautiful name for a beautiful lady. This is gonna drive me crazy. For some reason, I also feel like you are an X and Y. We're seeing the sights here in Alola. That definitely makes it sound like you're from out of town. It's a unique tradition of Island Challenge. It's pretty fascinating, I've got to say. I've got an idea. Why don't you test your skills with me? Alright, is this a battle? Finally, we're gonna get to do a battle. So we're gonna get the show on the road, and I think this is probably gonna be the last thing I do in this video. Alright. So, this is Pokemon Trainer Sina. And, who are you? You're gonna send out a Smoochum? Alright, that's a bit of a problem, for Dratini being weak to ice and all. Stroon. Alright. You know what? Because Smoochum does suck. Let's go for a Z-powered Breakneck Blitz and see what happens. So having come off playing Wind Waker, and having being largely not interested in like the, what basically amounts to a musically themed QuickTime event that was playing the songs, I'm kind of wondering what it would be like if you had a turn-based game like this, and that was a one-hit KO on Smoochum. Good job, Dratini. Stroon. I should use your nicknames. I kind of wonder what it would be like if you had a turn-based battle where you had to input, like, correct sequences like that, and if you didn't get it right, your move did less damage or something like that. I feel like at some point in gaming history that's been done. I can't think of any... oh, this is a Glaceon? Alright, let's not stand for this one. I feel like at some point in gaming history this would have been done. I can't think of any games that do it. Definitely if anyone's got one in mind, let me know. I guess like Paper Mario was kinda in that vein, where you have to do a quick time event before an attack lands if you want it to do more damage or that kind of thing. That's not really what I had in mind. I'm thinking like specifically music here. Let's go use Fire Fang here. Should be a stab move, super effective. Glaceon is going to be fully evolved and fairly defensive, but apparently that's still going to be a 2-hit KO. Alright, Icy Wind. Is that going to lower my speed? That is going to lower my speed. Alright. So Pico can use another Fire Fang, and assuming that doesn't hit the 5% chance of missing. You lowered my speed, and then you use Quick Attack anyway. Not sure if that's the most damage you could have done, but... yeah, you weren't going to win that anyway. So everyone's going to get experience. Stroon, Pico, and we've defeated Pokemon Trainer Sina. New encounters help people in Pokemon grow and mature. Alright, thanks for the money. Did just waste a lot of it on TMs. I get it. Facing trials helps you grow close to your team. I think that's absolutely wonderful. I feel like I've been able to have a glimpse of the island challenge. Let me heal your Pokemon as thanks. You and your Pokemon are the ultimate team, no doubt about it. The battle reminded me of us in the past, and the group of 5 young... Alright, yeah, that's gotta be X and Y. I haven't played... Legends Arceus, as I'm recording this, came out fairly recently. I haven't played it. I am trying to clear out the backlog of games which I have not yet played before I buy anything new. At this point, and realistically, I'm probably going to be in that state for a few years. Because Steam sales. But... it sounds like, the main criticism I've heard about it is that it is kind of empty, which is unfortunately one of the more common criticisms that, Legends Arceus also had. But it sounds like the, story-wise, people seem to like it. So that's a good sign. Anyway, I'm gonna end this off here. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. Next time, we're gonna be running up there, seeing what's inside that big old hotel, and then we'll be going out towards Panola Town and hopefully doing a little more battling than we did today. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.